Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to be rebuilding the coin unit on my Williams Grand Prix. It works pretty good. However, this switch is jacked up just a little bit. It's out of whack because this machine only did 3 players and it's supposed to do 2. So when you get, this is on 1 player, 2, 3, 4. If you notice, that's 1, 2, 3. When you hit 3, the switch moves and opens, so you can never head to 4th credit. Either way, we are still going to take it apart and fully rebuild it. So let's get working on it. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this up. We're going to take 1 screw fully out. Take 1 loosened up, take 1 fully out. The reason why is because we need to swing this switch completely out of the way to get the wheel off. That I'm going to put over there. Now this can swing out of the way. Now we will take and get our wheel off. What we're going to do now is I'm going to mark, it's at the fully rest position. I'm just going to mark one of, oh, it is already marked. Mark the finger, spider, whatever, on its resting position on the top and on the bottom. I'll show you when I take it off. We're going to take this spring out here. I'll show you. And this should be wrapped 3 to 4 times. We got 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 4. That is wrapped 4 times, and we need to loosen up this nut on the back. And you can see every time I turn it, it's gonna spin this wheel. So if you take a little screwdriver and you brace it down in there, it keeps this wheel from moving and it lets you unloosen it on the back. I will show this back side, putting it back on after we get it all cleaned up. So don't worry, you will get to see what that looks like. But now we will just lightly press it off. Sometimes they're a little stuck and you gotta whack them off. There we go. And that's the little finger. See how it's marked? So I know that's a rest spot. And this is easy clean too. I will just start on one end. And I will just take my little heavily beat green 3M pad and wipe these off. Just a little wipe. That's all they need. And that's it. So that's clean. And then now we can take these springs off. See if I can get in there with my screwdriver to walk it off. It sits into a groove and you just got to get the groove out of your way. That's one. This will come up like that, out of the way. So let's just take that off and put it out of the way completely. And then that one's like that. Always take pictures of what you're doing. I've done this a few times, so I know how this all comes apart. And there we go. It'll pop off just like that. Now we're going to clean this whole shaft here, and we'll wipe the gear off, get it all nice and clean. And we'll clean out the hole there before we put it back together. So let's work on that. Where's my naphtha? There's my naphtha. Let's get a rag, put that there. Get this out of the way here. Get my naphtha. I got a little one. There we go. I'll just use this one. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, it's naphtha. And smell it. If it smells like lighter fluid, it's naphtha. Yeah, it's clean. Let's get the spring back on there. Like that, and we'll put that out of our way actually. While this is out, I always will take the green 3M pad and just go around it. Just to make sure all the gunk's off, it's nice and clean again. And shiny. All nice and clean. This piece too, we will clean up with the naphtha. These steppers are really pretty easy to rebuild after you do a couple of them. They're really easy to do. Here's my favorite new tool. Q-tips. Generic Q-tips. I like the generic ones because they got the what do you call it? The plastic stick. They seem to last a little bit longer than the actual Q-tip brand because they're more like a cardboard. Now the Q-tip brand is superior for the swab part. That swab is superior compared to, look at that, compared to the generic ones. But I like the generic ones because they don't bend as easy. And did I tell you, take pictures? Always take pictures. Take pictures, lots of pictures of when you disassemble these. Unless you've done them plenty of times where you know where everything's going, that you don't have to take pictures. Okay, that's all cleaned up. Now we're going to get this coil off so we can put a new sleeve in it. I really need to get glasses just for this stuff. These bifocals are awesome. But I really need to see all the time with the bifocals in these close-up situations. And my regular glasses just don't cut it. There's a plunger. Good coil stop. Wipe that off too. Get this. Take the sleeve out. Toss that in the garbage. Always replace the sleeves. When I first started doing this, I didn't. You can see on my Captain Fantastic score reel rebuild, I didn't do the sleeves at first. And I totally regret it because I had to go back and due to sleeves after I rebuilt them. So I was still having issues. That's not it, this is it. And my phone is just blowing up today. Alright, that's done. Get this back. Where's the coil stop? Here's the coil stop. Right there, there. This I should be able to just drop in. Nope. Yeah. Let's get this cleaned up too. These I clean up too. Let's get a nice polish on them. This 3M. Make sure that's all clean. This goes in there. Don't matter how it goes in now, because you will spin it around as you see fit. Let's just drop it in this way. There. You will spin it around as seen fit. There's one screw. Where did I put the other screw? I dropped it down there, that's right. And I will have to find it. And I don't see it right now, but we will find it. And there we go. Let's get our magnet and see where it rolled. There it goes. Ta-da! I love this tool. See if we can get the screw in this way. Okay. What I'm going to do now, something I should have did from the beginning, make it a little easier for me. Take these screws out. That hold this whole thing down. Take them out so this whole assembly can lay back and be worked on a little easier. You will see once I get it down. Ta-da! Now I can get at everything just a little easier. You know, loosen these coil stops a little bit. And then hold it tight and tighten them down. And tighten down. Alright, let's get that back together so it's out of my way. A little zipper lube on there. Okay. Maybe, Mark, you should put the right spring on. Yeah, we'll go like that. We're going to leave it off right now because we're going to take this assembly out. This has got a C-clip that pops up and out. Put it off to the side there. This will come right out. And just like before, we will take a Q-tip, set that down on the side, make sure everything operates nice and smoothly. Take our naphtha, run it through here real good. We're going to clean all the junk out of the stepper rod here. That's clean. And we're just going to wipe this down just to get all the other crud off of it. Same with this. Get all the crud off there too. Yeah, we'll just get a little super lube on it. Uh-oh, that's caught in there. This is okay right here. You can put like I have liquid super lube. I'll put 1 drop on there to get it lubed back up. When I reassemble it. Now since I got this out, I can get these coil screws a little easier. Coil stop screws, I should say. See, now you know I took it apart. So much easier to get at that coil. That one's got a metal sleeve in it still, original. That will hinder the way it works a little bit. Because it's metal on metal, and it came out too. Let me get my socket. I have my socket that's the same size as the sleeve. I use them to push them out. These old metal ones, those old metal ones seem to be really hard to get out. They're just a bear. Okay, this will go like that. I like the way that looks in there. Clean it out real good. My battery's gonna die. So let's pause it at that and switch batteries. Alright, let's get this put back together now. And let's get this wiped off too. Remember, this is my machine, and you notice I'm rebuilding it this exact same way as I do customers' machines. Nothing different. Nothing different at all. Same thing. My machine, your machine. Both get the same treatment. Same exact treatment. Oh, I am so lucky. I got my Crocs on. Yeah, it would have tore my foot up if it landed on my toe. And that fell out. I hope I can get it back in there. Son of a... You dummy. Let's get that back out. Ooh, that would have hurt so bad. It wouldn't have been like the John Cougar way where it hurt so good. I should start wearing steel toes when I work on these machines. It wouldn't have been the John Cougar way where it hurt so good. That would have hurt so bad. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes working on pinballs don't feel like it should, so make it hurt so good. Yep, back in the days when I used to tour with Van Halen. Now I'm squeezing it to tighten up the coil stop. There's my screwdriver. Okay, those are all good. That goes like that. Where's this piece that's hiding? It will go. Here they come to snap the rooster. It will clip back on like that. I can't believe how bad I went through batteries today. The reason why is I haven't done videos or anything in like 2 weeks. Yes, it's been a long time since I've done any videos. This thing, what I can do is I just bend it down a little bit with my hands, and I believe that will take care of the alignment issue that I had with that. Okay, this side is pretty much done. I want to go to the other side and clean that side. Before we put it back together. And where are we? Okay. As you can see, that says player up unit. This just cleans real easy. Use Scotch-Brite. You can just go right over it. Do not use sandpaper. Sandpaper is the topic of the month in the groups. People are posting pictures. Do not use sandpaper. You know, you can polish these too if you really want to. You can get a little hand polisher, a Dremel, and polish all these contacts if you really, really want to. You know, it's not going to make too much of a deal. Polish them or go over them with a steel wool. You can use Brasso. I know somebody uses Brasso on this. Uh-oh, I dropped a bolt. A nut and a bolt. Let me move these over here. Where are they? Yeah, you can use Brasso on them too if you want. It don't really matter. I will have to find those before I put it back together the rest of the way. I found the bolt. I didn't find a washer, but I got a ton of them, and it won't be too hard to put that washer back after I get it back together. Maybe it didn't, but maybe it's over here somewhere. Maybe it's under there. I can't tell. Let's do this. Hurts so good. Come on, baby. There it goes. Haha, we found it. So yeah, you can use Brasso on it. You could get some Mother's Mag and wheel polish and polish it up if you want to. It's all up to you on your methods. No right, no wrong way. But however, using 40 grit sandpaper, that's the wrong way. I'm sorry. No reason to ever use sandpaper on these. I have used sandpaper on them a little bit, but it was 600 grit sandpaper because I had some that were really nasty, and then I used this to polish the scratches up. As you can see, there are some deep scratches just from these wipers that are in it. And then a lot of people are like, too, you know, yeah, you know, you sand them, you're going to destroy them. Yeah, which is true, yeah. However, if you feel how thick these things are right now, I am not taking anything off with this. Actually, if you look down on the wood here, I will have to vacuum it again. There is a thin layer of this. So actually, this is actually end up polishing it. You can see how shiny it is now. There's no scratches in it. This is actually end up polishing it because that's falling down. So alright, we got that cleaned. So yeah, you can use Brasso. You can use a Dremel with a polishing tip on it, to, you know, to clean it. You can use Mother's Mag wheel polish. Anything your heart desires to clean these up. However, you don't need 40 grit sandpaper. Maybe 800 or 1200 grit, because that's good. And then polish it with a polishing. Follow it with a polishing. Okay, you notice I put a good liberal amount on here, but I'm gonna do something. I will wipe it down like that, and that will leave a thin layer on there. Okay, let's get the star wheel back on. I will just push that through. I just want you to see how this, oh, I got to put a little on there too. I want to show you how that wheel goes back on. That buzzing you just heard was my dryer. So all my clothes are washed. I will have to get the butler to fold them for me. And the butler works at Mark's Basement Arcade, and the butler's name is Mark. I am the butler. So this will just push right through there, and you can see it coming right through. There. And remember we said about the spider gear, how you get the mark, and if you notice, right here, there's a little mark. I know I had pre-done that earlier. Now these, if you can hear that, this leaf right here is not even touching. I usually will, and neither is this one. I usually will snap them a little bit. So these two little ones, I will have to tweak. And how you tweak them is this one. It will just push down a little bit. And this one we will push down a little bit. And we will see how they are acting. And they are now flush. Let's get this back on there and that. Now remember, this is another bolt you don't have to He-Man tighten. It's got a lock washer on it. Just go around, tighten her till she stops, basically. And that's it. This is never going to go that far. It's on 1, 2, 3, 4. It should go up out there and then go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. This is about as much as this thing's ever going to move. I'll show you how. You just take them and flick them. You're all tight enough. Alright, let's get you back onto this other side so we can get this put back together. We're almost done with this machine. Well, the bottom of it. Where are we? We're right here. Alright, we got that all back together. So what we want to do, let's get this back out of the way. And we're going to give it, what? How many turns? 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And that will just sit right on there. Now the spring go this way. This one will go on here. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, what's going on here? We got something goofed up. Oh, that's probably why. There. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't go anymore. Down. Alright, let's get this switch back on and see where that's going to rest. Hopefully I tweaked it just enough. So right now it's closed. So it's telling the machine it can add more credits. You can add up to not credits, players. You can add up to 4 players on this game since it's a 4-player game. That's what the switch does. Once you get to 4 players, it will tell the machine not to add any more players because it's maxed out. And that's what that switch tells us. So let's see if it's going to work properly now. We're at player 1, 2, 3, 4. Reset. That's 1, 2, 3. It's still connected. Normally I use a leaf tool. I should be using one. I yell at people for not using them, and I'm not using it myself. Let's give that little tweak. And then 4. There we go. That's 1. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. 4. Perfect. Reset. Now we got that fully rebuilt. It's player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4, and it's opened. And that's what we want. Cool. And that's it. That's how you rebuild a coin unit, or basically it's a full resetting stepper. It doesn't have to be a coin unit, it can be the ball count unit. Ball count unit's the same thing. If you look over here at the ball count unit, I will do the same thing. 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. it doesn't do anything else. Full reset. And that's what it is. It's just a full reset. There's several different types of steppers. There's a continuous, where it just will keep going around in a circle. There's the full reset, where it goes up to a certain thing, and then it fully resets. And then there's another one where it counts up, and then it will count down each one too. And that's a step up, step down stepper. And then on this machine, this Grand Prix, it's got this step up, full reset, countdown stepper all built into one. That will show you on another video. It actually has a whole nother relay assembly and bracket on the thing, where if the relay is engaged, it will do a full reset. If the relay is not engaged, it will count down back to 0, or back to the bottom, which is pretty cool. So anyways, that's it. That's how you do a stepper rebuild on a Williams machine. They're pretty basic for the Williams and Bailey. Somebody called it Bailey on a video the other day. It drove me nuts. Williams Bailey. They're basically about the same. It's very simple, very easy to do. Anyways, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. I got a Facebook group made just for this Williams Grand Prix machine. So go to Facebook and search for Williams Grand Prix. Enjoy. Follow us on Facebook at Mark's Basement Arcade. Like and subscribe. Share this video if it helped you, or if you think it may help one of your friends with their machine. That's why I make them, to help everybody work on their machines and get the confidence to do work on their own machines like I have. So anyways, later.